Hello and welcome to Finder TV. We're here to talk about a very exciting new launch that happened today in the tech world, which is Kayo live sports streaming, kayosports.com.au. It's a new sports streaming service that's come out of the Foxtel Telstra family. It went live in beta form just about 12 hours ago, and we have been mucking around on it this morning. We thought we'd give you a bit of a quick review of how the function unfolds and how it all is working in its initial thing. Brody is the tech writer here at finder.com.au. I am the sports writer here at finder.com.au. So we're attacking this from both angles. Brody, you've had a chance to kind of cover the game, cover KO over the last 12 hours. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so its angle is it wants to be the Netflix of sports. So this is something that's been rumored for a little while now, and it's more or less a world first, like for what they're trying to achieve. Whether the end result is just that, then we yet to see. But if they achieve what they've set out to, then it genuinely is a world first. There really isn't any kind of all-encompassing sports streaming service out there right now. The closest we've got in Australia is something like Telstra Live, which has separate apps for each kind of sport. There's the UFC Fight Pass, which gives you monthly access to UFC matches for a monthly fee. And each sport kind of has its own service, but there's nothing that's like this broad, because we're speaking like over 50 sports at launch. And yeah, the closest thing with that kind of coverage is Foxtel at the moment, of course.
Yeah, well, I guess there is the Foxtel Go app as well, which would be, I guess, a competitor in this space. There's also Optus Sport, which focuses on kind of Premier League, soccer, and Champions League. So from my understanding here with Kayo is going to basically take exactly the same content we're seeing on the Fox Sports package, the sports package within the Foxtel, and basically put that through the Kayo app. Yeah,
so we've got all Fox Sports channels and ESPN and BN, with apparently more partners to come. So
yeah, well, Eurosport as well. I noticed from my initial looks that the three Premier League channels are not there. So the Premier League club channels that is available on Foxtel's Fox Sports.
Right.
And also the Sky Racing isn't there, but everything else appears to be there.
Yep.
And on top of that, the price point.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing.
Yeah, I mean, month-to-month plan, so no lock-in contract at all. It's $25 a month for 2 devices and $35 a month for 3 devices. Other than that, you get HD stream. Any device you're streaming on, you can stream in HD. So at launch, it's compatible with iOS, Android, PC and Mac via web browser. And then there's Chromecast, Telstra TV, and a few Apple TV. Again, we're told that there's probably going to be more announcements around device compatibility.
Well, we've obviously seen Foxtel in the past appear on smart TVs. We've seen them appear on consoles. So you'd like to think that those conversations are probably going on.
Yeah.
For Kayo 2019, perhaps.
Yep.
So this current version that's available, the version that we've been watching today, is the beta. It's the soft launch. It's not the full launch. So it's just the browser stuff, and not the app, which is going to be the big one.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can't actually download the app right now. It's all web-based. So yeah.
Now, as a mad sports nut, I straight away looked at that price point, $25. I knew straight away I was getting a good deal, because to get that same package on Foxtel is $60.
Yep.
Because you've got to get the entertainment pack with it.
Yep.
And you've got the HD on top of that as an extra $10 pack as well.
Yes, yeah.
And then you've got the sports pack you've got to pay for. Now, in addition to that, there are bonuses. Obviously, IQ4, which is now available, is 4K.
Yes. So 4K live streaming, which they just tested at Bathurst, right?
Yep.
And that's where they've kind of got the upper hand here, because there is no 4K streaming on Kayo. And all streamed in HD. So yeah, it depends.
Yeah, and let's be honest here, it's going to be too much of a data cost really if you're going to start streaming Kayo on 4K on your mobile.
Yeah, if you're on the go.
And if you want to look into, I guess, the kind of data costs that will be involved in using Kayo and go deeper into the kind of some of the features that we've mentioned briefly here, it's all on the finder.com.au website, so check that out. And the features themselves, we're really excited, like picture in a picture, split screen.
Yep.
highlights, jump to highlights, being able to hide the scores. Like these are sports fans, like fantasy broadcasting really. Choose your own camera. It's another one I'm looking forward to. Not all available at launch, but definitely coming. So what we're going to do is jump to a live feed now and actually show you Kayo Sports in action. We right now on the Kayo website, we've logged in with my account and this is now perfectly functioning. So the one dayer is occurring right now between Australia versus South Africa here. We've got the watch button straight here. Also elsewhere we've got live and upcoming, so other things that are on live right now. The NBA's on. There's a test between Sri Lanka and England. This will go on. We've also got summer of cricket. What else is going on here? Game 2 begins at 9:50, blah, blah. Various shows. Now, all the shows from Foxtel, I understand, will be also available here. So we've got Fight Week. I saw Fletcher and Hindy for NRL fans. I saw that on here earlier. The back page, things like that. I like how this interface kind of highlights, the big thing that's on right now, which is live.
Yep.
Allows you to kind of see. We kind of guess this kind of familiar Netflix style, typical programming template nowadays. The surfing, which I'll jump into straight now if I was at home, and a few other bits and pieces here, the featured stuff. Down the bottom here, we've got the live channels. So we've got all the Fox Sports channels, including news. We've also got the two SBN channels, the 3 BN channels as well. So you can actually just jump straight onto the channel if you don't find what you want in the UI, in the basic interface. Pretty cool. Let's jump into some cricket.
So it's also worth mentioning that Kayo said that there's like offline content available as well. So I don't whether that's like historical matches or like TV shows. There's some kind of content where you can download and watch it offline, so you don't like use your data on the say if you're watching on the train or something.
Well, in the sign-up process, it asked me to select my favourite sports, my favourite teams from those sports, and also what type of content I liked. Where I liked discussion shows or classic matches, that type of thing. So it's obviously going to, I guess, tailor the experience that it shows you, hopefully on that UI, but also tailors by emailing you or notifying you about what's available.
Yep.
So it does sound like all that stuff will be there.
Yeah, cool.
I did notice something quite cool. I'll show in a sec, but just to jump straight in. So that's clicking the watch thing down here. It's got event or event related. Surely I'll change the name of that. Something that is English. Kayo Mini here. This is something that Optus Sport brought in with its Premier League this year. It was a concept of a mini version of the game on demand. So you've got your highlights package, which is like 3 minutes. So if you're watching the Premier League, you get 3 minutes of goals.
Right.
You got the full on demand, which is like 2 hours.
Yep.
And then you have the mini, which cuts down the 2 hour game to about 25 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Right. And so this is not content that I've ever seen on Fox Fox Sports, which I watch the heck out of. Yep. So this is obviously doing some sort of content native for Kayo.
Interesting.
And I'm stoked about it because, as a sports fan, those mini opportunities are a great chance to kind of catch up on a game that you're not really dedicated to watching, but you really want to kind of get a good idea of how people performed or how the team performed, maybe for your fantasy league or just so you can talk in the pub with some sort of authority. The minis are really good for that.
Good catch up, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you've got in the NRL season, you've got 8 games on a weekend, you're trying to get across. So we can jump straight to From Live, which they should remove the from.
Can we, just quickly, because there is a feature that they're spruiking called the Key Moments feature.
Yes.
So I was wondering if we could have a look at it from the start.
Yeah.
And maybe, hopefully get a look at that.
Well, I'll show you how it works actually. So you can actually go From Live.
Yeah.
And when I did this last time, I jumped straight to the action. There you go. So that's streaming. So I don't know what it's appearing like on the screen there in whatever service you're watching our video on, but it's looking HD on my monitor. So if we go down here, we can see a 6 here, a wicket, innings, and we can just, let's see if they get him. No. All right. Jump to the wicket. So this must be going straight to the wicket now. Nicked. Got him! All right, so what we've also got here is 15 seconds forward, 15 seconds back, 15 seconds forward. Playback rate. Oh, you can run them real fast if you want to. Jump straight to live. This feature here turns off those highlights.
Right.
I'm not sure why you'd want to turn them off, but maybe you do. Maybe if you don't want to know how many tries have been scored or wickets have been taken, you can turn those off.
Well, that was the other feature that they say was no spoilers view. So where you can basically, if the match has already happened and you're just like logging into the app or opening the app, you can like opt to hide all scores and spoilers from the interface. So like you jump in, watch the match with fresh eyes, and like it hides any and all results.
So I just jumped back to the live feed then, and someone's gotten out because Australians can't bat anymore. Now, I noticed this before when I was testing it. It takes actually a little while for the highlight to pop up, a couple of minutes, maybe 5-6 minutes before it actually appears in the bar.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of a delay there. I don't know if that's something they're working on.
Well, as far as I know, the way these are driven is from like the content team at Fox Sports is kind of live tagging these events. So they're like there'll be somebody there saying, all right, here's a wicket at this stage, and then it's like it comes through on the app.
So in the setup for my account, I selected hide scores. I didn't want to see the scores, but as you can see, the score is actually still on a feed. So they're not controlling the actual feed coming from the ground. It's just obviously somewhere else in the interface they might show the scores. I can't see it right now because I turned them off. I'll show you one of my favourite little features here, which is picture in a picture now. So that just as soon as you go to picture in a picture, it just displays down here. Now, I was operating this before. I had my browser open. I was writing an article about Kayo in the background. I had this little picture in a picture down here, which I can drag around wherever I want it. And it just hovers above everything on my screen, which I think is rad. I think bosses around the world are going to hate it as a feature because I can now watch the test match the entire day while I'm supposed to be writing. Well, I am writing. So this is the picture in a picture works a treat. Looks really sharp. I have had a couple of glitch outs so far today. Like I said, only just launched. It's in beta. And I had it freeze on me a couple of times and it didn't recover from it.
Yep.
But a quick reset of the actual browser page just loaded me straight back in. I didn't have to re-log in or anything.
I mean, we're on some pretty good internet here as well, but have you had any troubles buffering or anything like that, or is it just the glitches?
It did. I did notice it go down to SD a few times just before the freeze, but none of my other functions were impeded, none of the other web functions I was using. So little something there that hopefully they're working on. See if I can bring that back to full screen.
Also worth mentioning that this split screen view, so we've got one picture in picture there, but on big screens, so that's desktop, your smart TV, so it's compatible with Android TVs, Apple TV, anything on a big screen you can have up to 4 screens.
I can have 4 screens right here, mate. I'll show you. So here's 4 screens in action. I wonder how I hide this. Sorry, we are just experimenting and learning this for ourselves. On the fly.
There's a little, you can
there it is, little X. Right, so I noticed that it's a little bit finicky the way that they've done this split screen as it currently stands, but that isn't playing live. So if I just throw a channel in here.
How's that?
Off she goes. And if I select that, I get the sound. I don't think you can hear the sound right now in this feed, but this is frozen on me, so I wonder how that's going to play out. Let's see if I can replace this with something else. Oh, there's that channel. There's this channel. I've just chosen 4 random channels. These are all functioning now. This one, on the other hand, however, is because it's probably kind of trying to do picture in a picture, is it? We'll just switch to sound now so you can hear it for us. Okay, so 20 seconds of sound.
Last World Cup, I think you only had them a year prior, and look what happened.
To present when he realised Scotland was in trouble.
Have a play around.
Russell on centre wing.
Now Tahir to Carey.
Determination in playing. I think he's really good in that way. In saying that, I do believe we are a fair way from more.
Okay, so there you can see how the sound works. You just click on the various screens that you want to watch and the sound goes from there. I'm not sure what's happened here or how to bring back the option to choose a new channel, but in all works pretty well, especially for something that's in beta. Let's see if I can get out of here. We'll go back to our main screen there. So this thing's frozen on me.
Pro 1 HD.
There we go. Let's see if we can start again there. So a little bit of buffering, a little bit of loading, but really it's functioning quite well. Obviously, still a lot of features to come, but as a first-up experience of Kayo on the day that it launches, I'm reasonably impressed and looking forward to spending some time with this this service. What do you reckon, bros?
Yeah, definitely. I'm genuinely impressed by how well it's performed so far, especially, considering first day it's out there, there's got to be a fair few people on there giving it a little test run. So yeah, the quality, like you said, I'm not sure how it comes through in the final video, but like what we're looking at here is really nice, full HD.
Well, it's important, I guess, to note that we are on a fixed, it is on Wi-Fi that it's streaming, but we are on a fixed connection here. We're not on 4G network or the 3G network in the streets with everyone else. It's also 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 3:30 in the afternoon. So it's not like it's 7:30 and the biggest match of the round is about to kick off and we're on 4G trying to jump on and watch it in HD on our phone. So that'll be the big barometer, the big test. But I guess really they've got a fair few months up their sleeve,
exactly.
Kayo, before we get back into the NRL and AFL season, which is where they're going to expect, I guess, the most amount of viewers.
Yeah, yep, exactly. No, very impressive. The other thing is that, of course, as you said before, we do have information about like data usage and stuff on the site, but just noticing there, like you do have the option to change, like probably to lower the resolution.
Quality? Yeah, you do. Yeah.
If you're on the go,
We could
it's probably a good idea if you're on mobile.
You could set it to automatic, or you could actually manually change the res.
Oh, nice.
So at the moment it's on automatic. It's just adjusting of its own of its own free will. But yeah. There you go. So there you go. It's a quick Kayo live sports streaming beta test and review for you, a little mini review for you anyway. And I guess we'll be following this. Keep an eye on the fino.com.au tech pages. We'll be introducing a fair bit of content over the next week and definitely through to the full launch as we get more of these features. Anything else to add there, Broads?
No, yeah, we're just going to run a few tests on mobile, every device available, get a few reviews up of the beta, and then, once the official app goes live, we'll have, full reviews on the site and everything you need to know.
All right. In the interim, here's hoping Australia doesn't have another batting collapse, and my first experience with Kayo is a loss.